here. Okay guys, now what I like about XSplit is that it actually has a bandwidth tester to actually default to the best stream server for you for Twitch, you know. So mine is the East US server for Ashburn, Virginia. That's pretty cool. And since I have an NVIDIA graphics card, I can choose to use the NVIDIA GPU-based encoder. By default, of course, it has the CPU-based X.264. You can, of course, change your bitrate here, change your mode and everything, but what you can also do is click on the critical wheel here to actually change, you know, your keyframe intervals and all that jazz there. And you'll notice here for the video frames per second and for the video size, you're going to see the terms here, default stage and default stage resolution. Now, if you're, you know, recording with a 4K monitor and everything, it's totally cool, but if you try to stream with that, you know, 4K, 60 frames per second, if you have the type of system and internet that can handle that, God bless you, because I don't know anybody out there who can do that. So what this default stage means, folks, is the back out of all of this here. The default stage is what these numbers right up here mean. It's the resolution and the frame rate, okay? Now, if you don't change that, by default, it's going to stream at the highest available resolution that your monitor can handle, also at 60 frames per second. Like whenever I first started XSplit, even the free version for the first time, it tried to stream and record at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, for recording, that's totally fine, and my system can handle streaming at that, but unfortunately, my internet cannot do that. Horrible, I know, but I digress, okay? But frankly, I'm not a hard-earned Twitch streamer, so streaming at anything above 720p would literally be pointless for me. But otherwise, guys, what this default stage menu does is that it literally sets the resolution and frame rate as the default values for anything that you do. So let's say that you change this here to 720p at 60 frames per second, you go over to output and hit Twitch, then you will by default stream to Twitch at 60 frames per second at 720p. Or you want to record at 60 frames per second at 60 frames per second. Sorry, 60 frames per second at 1080p. Sorry guys, words hard. You just keep it at 1080p, frame rate at 60. Go over here, hit local recording, then it will automatically record at 1080p at 60 frames per second. But let's say that, you know, you're like me and you want to keep these default values for your local recording stuff so you can, if you not mess with it, just go over and hit record. But you want to stream, let's say 720p while keeping these values here the same. Okay, it's very simple, guys. The little cogwheel right here, it's going to bring up the menu. The cogwheel here again for the different settings here. For the default value, it's either 60 or 30 here. And then this is where you actually change the resolution for each output, you know what I mean? So like this here, for Twitch, I stream it at 540p, mainly because, at least in the default size Twitch player, there is literally no difference, at least to my eyes, between 720p and 540p. So, you know, it's a lighter system load and also uses up less bandwidth as well. But folks, very, very simple tutorial. XSplit is not that hard to use. I heard a lot of folks say that they like OBS better because it's easier to use. After using XSplit for the past few months, I gotta say, I actually gotta give the nod to XSplit here. In my opinion, I believe that it is easier to use than OBS, but I digress though, folks. You know, to each their own, you know what I mean? So folks, if you want to see more videos about XSplit and how to set up, like, you know, stream alerts, Twitch pop-ups and all that jazz and overlays and whatnot, do me a favor, comment down below and also slap that like button. I would really, really appreciate it. But folks, as always, I hope you know I love you guys and girls. Gonna go and get out of here for the evening, but hopefully I'll catch you on one of my streams on twitch.tv/themaverick_gamer. I'll put a link in the description below. Hope to see you guys and girls there. And as always, I'll catch you around, okay? So, take care, folks. Have a good day, y'all.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Megan, or Simply Riddling here, and I am here to do a video that I have been planning on doing for a very long time, and I just have not had the time to do it. Some people have requested it over the past few months. I've just wanted to do it because it's something that I get asked about a lot. It is basic beginning tips for new streamers, or even tips for people who are already streamers and might be struggling with their channel. Before we get into this, I just want to kind of give you some of my own background and kind of clarify that by no means am I an expert streamer. There is no easy formula, you know, you do this and that, and then boom, success on Twitch. And it's like that across all social media platforms, really. Like, there's no simple formula that you can follow in order to become successful. Different things work for different people, and that's something to keep in mind. But I by no means think that I am an expert at this. I am still learning things every day. Well, not every day, but a lot of the time I'm still learning things, either from other streamers, from trying things out, like trial and error, and all the time I have problems, you know, technical issues and things like that. So I by no means think that I am a perfect streamer or an expert streamer or anything like that. I usually think quite the opposite, and I think that there is always room for improvement with everyone, with everything that you do. I think that's a good attitude to have, especially when approaching your channel and streaming. Always strive for improvement, always strive to make things better for you and for your audience. Just to kind of give you some background on myself, I recently came up on my 1 year of streaming. You may have seen my other video that I uploaded recently. It was a 1 year highlight compilation, so I just reached my 1 year anniversary since my first stream. So I've been streaming just over a year. I started streaming last October on the 16th, I had my first stream, but after that I didn't stream again until the following week. And for those first few months of streaming, my schedule was very inconsistent. I would stream 3 or 4 days a week for very short hours. A lot of times my streams would crash and I would just have problems and things like that. So after like 3 or 4 months into streaming was when I started getting very, very serious about it, and I was like, I want to put more time into this. I want to work really hard to improve my channel and grow my channel. So that was when I started going really hardcore, and I was really pushing to get partnered with Twitch as well. So I was streaming 6 days a week. I now dropped it back to 5 days a week because 6 days a week was just a little bit too much for me. But I was streaming 6 days a week for 4 to 6 hours every broadcast. And then at the end of February 25th was when I got my sub button with Twitch, and then the 26th was my first stream with the sub button. Also, I kind of want to apologize if this video is a little bit on the lengthy side. I just want to be very thorough here. My first tip is use all social media. Cross promotion is a huge thing, whether you want to be a YouTuber or an Instagrammer, or I really need to stop hitting things. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of them are extremely powerful tools for driving your following from one to the other. I think Twitter is a really, really good social media to have because you can stay in touch with your viewers, tweet out when you go live. So I recommend having a Twitter, an Instagram if you want, a YouTube, and also on Twitter there are a lot of like Twitter accounts that their sole purpose is for retweeting like people tweeting, going live and all that. So try to discover some of those accounts and maybe tag them in your going live tweets, because then they can retweet you and maybe get more exposure that way. The next thing that I want to go over is establish your brand. Just create branding, like some sort of, you know, like mascot or logo or something like that that people will recognize. Like for me, I've got this little guy here. I've got Chip. He is our mascot. I've had him since I got partnered, and he's kind of like people will recognize him. People expect him. I had this John Cena cut out for a while. So like just having like quirky little things that are part of your brand that set you apart, whether it be in the background of your streams or a theme amongst your panels or something in your overlays, something unique that's part of your brand, something creative that is part of your brand. Think about what you want to promote in your streams. Do you want a high energy environment? Do you want chill streams? Do you want a highly interactive environment, or do you want to be more focusing on MLG gameplay with a chat that just kind of talks amongst themselves? For me, I've always tried to focus my streams on exciting energy, high energy, being loud and being fun, having an environment where we only accept, you know, positivity and good vibes and stuff like that. Just a welcoming community. So things like that are good. Just figure out what you want to focus on and stick with that and have a common theme throughout your broadcast. The next thing I want to say is to have a stream schedule. I think that this is very crucial. I see a lot of people, especially streamers who are starting off, who do not have a schedule, and I think that is not good. I think a schedule is really important. I've always had a schedule. I think I always will have a schedule, and I try to be very clear and upfront about my schedule. Because think of it like this. Let's say you watch The Walking Dead every Sunday, right, at 9 p.m., and then all of a sudden you go to tune in on one Sunday at 9 p.m. and The Walking Dead is not playing, and you're like, where's The Walking Dead? It's supposed to be on at 9 p.m. on Sundays. And then you look and you realize that for some reason that day The Walking Dead aired on Saturday at 9 p.m. Why was I not informed about this? There's no schedule for me to check. Why is it changing? Think of it like that. When people are looking for entertainment, they expect it at a certain time, and they go to check out that channel. Like people might tune into AMC or whatever channel for their TV show at the time that they expect. When I first started streaming, I was a full-time college student, and I also had a part-time job at GameStop as a seasonal hire, and I was streaming part-time. So I was trying to juggle all three of these things. So what I would do is I would have a weekly schedule in my panels that I would update every Sunday based on how my work schedule was that week, how, you know, what kind of workload I have school-wise. I could change it every week, but I could still say, hey, check my panels. I have specific times that I'm going to be going live, and that's when you can expect me. So if you can stick to a very consistent schedule,